Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dr. Phil here. Another live stream, and boy, am I tired. I'm happy but tired. It's been a big day, and because of that, I want you to give me a little bit of slack. Cut me a little bit of slack here. The house isn't quite as tidy as you'd expect for a live stream, and I'm terribly sorry about that. Somewhat ashamed, but the birds are clean, and they are desperate to see you. So I'll flip that around so you can see them. Say hello to Max over there. Hello, hello. And Loki is just there behind the thing. Hello, says Loki. How you doing? How you doing? Yes, back to me because I'm an attention hog, I suppose. So, what has happened today? Okay, so I dropped my daughter off at her work, which is about an hour's drive away. Yay! And then I went and I found a gem show. Let me show you the... I might even have to use this piece of equipment here. Flipping it around, that piece of equipment there, that might make it easy to see what's going on. It's a bit dusty. Right, so let's move it over to here so we can actually see. All right, just for the love of man, the lighting is all wrong. Doesn't matter. So that was the open day that I went to. Oh, it wasn't an open day, it was just a gem show. There's a form here that I can fill in. This is the Lapidary Club. Just so that you know, if you're in the Sydney region, these are the people that I just went to. So just so that you know, they are great people. So what I'll do is I'll do an unboxing right here, right now, and I'll try and make it look a bit better than what it's looking like now. I'll use a white sheet of paper to make it look all professional-like. So here we go. Move this over here, and on we get. And then I can just move this over. We just keep flipping around until we find something that's appropriate, I suppose. It's not going to work, is it? Doesn't matter. We'll just do it this way. Okay. Don't worry. There's some more things to talk about. We'll do the unboxing before we give you some very sad news. So, here it is. This is a object that was given to me, pardon me, at a very inexpensive price by the Lapidary Club. $10 even. Are we ready? Here we go. That is called a painted lady. Well, it's possibly a painted lady. Now, what I'm going to tell you about this is I might have to describe the features to you without you seeing some of the features, because it's harder to see on camera, I reckon, what this dude is. As you can see, $20 Australian is what they asked for it, and I've got it for $10, which is an absolute bargain. The reason? Well, I happen to have a scale here. Let's have a go. I haven't actually weighed it, so let's just let it all tear. Well, how exciting. So this guy is 305 grams. This one doesn't have a scale, carat meter, so I'm going to have to do 305. What is it? It's brown paper bag. Is that what gave it away? Oh dear, funny. Yes, that is pretty. 305 grams, and so there's 5 carats to a gram. So you multiply that by 5, right? So what is that? That's 15 something. Yeah, so there's 15,015 carats. So is that right? Surely. Or is it 1,500? No, it's 15,000. Yeah, so 15,000 carats. Even at $1 a carat, that is an enormous amount of money. So this guy is what they call Celia Black. Hello, Max. Are you feeling like you're not getting enough attention? Oh, that's a very interesting call that you're hearing from him. He's a bird that was quite badly abused, and I think he was wild caught. I don't know for sure. But he was very silent for a long time. For him to be actually saying anything is amazing. So that's a good amount of recovery. Let's go back to the opals. He's going to be doing that, is he? Never work with children or animals, as they say. So this thing is actually called a boulder opal. Let's have a look around. So you can see that the opal actually kind of goes around in a little bit of at an angle to the actual opal face. Now, a painted lady is an opal that basically when you smash it, it opens up onto opal. So you can see if you hit it the right spot, maybe, you don't know, but just maybe that will open up and you'll actually have a nice clear opal face on it. There's also an equal chance that if you hit it and smash it, it's going to smash into fragments and be worthless. So the things, I'm not going to smash this one today because I'm thinking about the best way to do it because I want to give myself the best chance of success. But I will be cutting some opals. And fortunately for everybody involved, when I cut the opals, I'll be doing it outside so the birds won't be quite so noisy. So what I'll do is I'll very quickly, though, say hello to Max so that he does not produce so much noise. Incidentally, this is very bad for discipline to just sit there and... Hello, Max. Now, previously, Max never wanted to be touched. Now, did you hear that little sound? He's scared of the phone. He's just a little bit disconcerted. He's not quite sure what's going on. Is it the phone? Is that the problem? Is that better? He's in a bit of a snit today. Are you hungry? Would you like some seeds? Yeah, he wants seeds. I'll be back. Don't need a lot of people here, Jackson. Hello, Jackson just said you don't have a lot of people here. And that's always in the eye of the beholder, as I say. Last live stream, I was quite surprised to find that 2,500 people had tuned in. And trust me, that is not something that I generally have. So, YouTube is weird. Maybe I'll have a lot, maybe I won't. And I don't mind, I just enjoy doing this. This today is just a test anyway. It's a test of a new system. I'll show that to you in a second. So these are them. There you are, Max. Here you go. Is that good? Is that good? Let's shut him up. Yeah. Yeah, you like those, don't you? That is definitely not a good way to culture discipline, but it certainly is a good way to make them look cute. All right, so hello, Loki. Would you like to have the same kind of... Yeah, Loki's... I've had her from a chick. She has been just absolutely gorgeous. I saved her life and she saved mine, basically. A talking parrot? Of course they are. Loki, do you want to show off for them? Do you want to show off? There you go. That was hello. So here, I'm going to pop these into the thing down here. It's in there. Now, sunflower seeds are lovely little treats for birds, but you don't give them sunflower seeds all the time. You just give them as treats. A lot of the time, people use them to train the birds, but quite frankly, these birds don't need food to be trained. They just need a lot of affection and love. 4 hours worth, might I point out. So if you want to own a parrot, probably don't bother, but if you do, you have to be prepared to give 4 hours of your life every day. Beautiful creatures if you do. Right. Why am I keeping sunflower seeds in the fridge, you might be asking? You didn't hear? Well, she's not supposed to be a talking parrot. She's just a friend that we have. Technically, they're not even pets as far as I'm concerned. I don't like keeping pets. Oh, by the way, just so that you know, this is Pony. Another rescue. She was dying out the front. My girlfriend found her. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Jackson, you're just a barrel of laughs, aren't you? Once again, subs is in the eye of the beholder. I'm very happy with 1,000 subs, to be honest. I never thought I'd get 10. I'll flip this around. Okay, so for those people who actually tune in regularly, I do have people who tune in regularly, not many, but I do. They'll be knowing that I use a very specific setup, but I have to report a bit of a tragedy has occurred today, and it's this. This phone here, which is what I usually record with, has died. Push the power button, nothing happens. RIP phone. So we're going to hold a funeral service for the phone later on. But what I've got here is a couple of Opals. So let's have a look at them whilst we're just in the process of mourning for their phone. And then we're going to move over to the lapidary station, which I have spent the majority of the day upgrading because it was designed for this phone. But now we can't because I don't have phone. I can use it as a black backdrop, I suppose. So this is the first one. This was given to me for free from one of the guys from the Lapidary Club. He was just selling Opals. And we'll cut this one today. I don't have a lot of time. I've got to leave by 7:15, which is in about 20 odd minutes. So we'll get out soon. But I'm just going to show you a few of these because these are absolute crackers. This was one, once we struck up a conversation and he said, look, just take this one. This one will make a massively good gem for you. And I believe him. I think that he's right. We'll have a quick look at this gem. This is an opal. It's a lightning ridge opal for sure. But if you have a look just where it's fractured, you can see there's actually black potch sitting underneath. So you can see blue sitting on black potch. So that means that's going to resolve into a black opal. And for the Americans, it's 1/2 inch. For everybody else's, this is about, it might merely be 3/4 of an inch or 2 centimetres thereabouts in length. It's about maybe 1 centimetre or 1/2 inch in width. And it's pretty obvious which side will be facing up. It'll be this side, and I'll cut that, maybe. But I don't have a lot of time, so I'll probably only cut one of them today. So I've got those two. That and this one were given to me for free. And that one. So, like, this guy was astonishingly generous, and I wish the world for him. He's a great bloke. I'll show his card too, if I can find it. There we are. Southwest Sydney Opals. I'll put his details into the description, I reckon. Okay, so that's him. So let's go outside and we'll have a look at some of these. We can't spend too much time looking at these things, but there's a few nice little chunks of opal. You can see that he's had a go at this one, and I'll finish it off. But look at this one. This has got some absolutely stunning colour sitting around. Tiny, but you only need 1 carat, which is like 1/5 of a gram. So there's other ones here that were actually from the Lapidary Club. They just gave them for free as free samples. This one here, that's a nice little piece. That's probably a Cooper stone. I haven't really checked it out. That's labradorite. Let me have a look. So I've got a few things sitting around. I think we're just going to head outside. Now, we're in Australia here, which means that it's winter time. So I've got to get my jacket on. Yoink. Right. Right. So here we go. So I'm asking for a bit of amnesty because normally I keep my lapidary station a bit cleaner than this, but I've just had to reset my everything so that I can do anything. So let's flip it around and I'll show you the features of my new lapidary station. So here it is, it's all ready to go. So we've got a Dremel tool sitting there. You can see the workings behind it. Dremel tool sitting here. We've got a piece of glass here. That's very important because these things can fling things, etc. So what I can do is I can just pop this in here like so. That's just sitting against the glass. So I can put my gems here just so you can see them. So what I'll do is I'll actually put them all out on the display. Now I definitely need to keep an eye on the time. So it's night like you. Oh, I wouldn't describe yourself as night, my friend. I've already decided which one I'm going to cut, but we'll just have a quick look at these guys. I'll zoom in a bit. A little bit too close. This is like Aladdin. God, I love it. Okay, here we go. So we've got this one. Come on, they're well done. Not all of these going to get cut tonight. We're only going to do one of them tonight, but we'll do the painted lady another night, and we'll do all of these another night as well. See all the cracks and fractures? It's going to be very interesting seeing how that one resolves. This one here will make a nice gem. This guy actually started off on it, and he's just like, nah, just sell it. Yeah, it is purple. One of the things you've got to be aware of is that the camera sensors are a bit different. So, will we do this one? We'll either do this one or this one. I think this one might be more interesting. Let's have a look at it. Okay, turn on. Now, how's the sound? Because I've put a glass shield in front to make sure that the sound is good. Right. Whilst we're here, I'll show you another. These are garnets. I have never cut a garnet before, so that'll be interesting. Here's a nice little one. Oh, here's a little beauty. This was given to me for free by the Lapidary Club. I have no idea why they gave such a beautiful stone to me. One of the reasons, of course, is there's a good chance that there's sand right in the middle of that, but I don't care. More people here. Yeah, it happens. I think they see the shots and they go, I wonder what's going on here. Meant to be stone right here. Look at this guy. Can't wait to get stuck into that one. But only the one. I've promised only the one, and it'll be this one. Actually, what I'll do is I'll make a deal with you guys. If this one doesn't turn out, I'll find another one and I'll cut that one. We'll keep going until we find something nice. But I've got to be quick. Okay, so let's have a crack at this. Sorry, I'm just getting my handy. So what you've got to do with these things, you just got to start to even them all up. So, having a look at the inside there. Okay, so you can see that it's a bit concave on the inside. So that will be a problem for the opal. The solution is possibly to cut it along, slice it along through here, have two stones. Or to grind it out and hope for the best, hope that it thickens up. What I'll do is I'll do a hybrid solution, which will be, I'll just grind it a bit further to see what it looks like, and if we can salvage that part. But it's probable that I'm going to have to do something drastic like cutting it. So I'll just carve that piece off. Okay, so what I've got here This is actually just a slight sand layer that's just sitting there. So I'll cut it at that layer, right about here. Rambo. I'm sure Rambo loves being called Rainbow. Goes, I paid a lot for my name. Just to be called Rainbow. Listen, if you're into My Little Pony, I'm sure that's a great name. Hi, I'm Rainbow. I'm a pony. I wonder if Rambo's still here. Sorry, mate. In case you're interested, these blades are designed to slice rocks, not people. Oh, look at the wonky cut. That's such a wonky cut. That's all right. There we go. Because I'm setting this up for viewing, most of this is going to be one-handed, so hope you appreciate what I'm doing for you. So there we go. This is what you often see with opals. You see dark potch on the middle, well, lightning bridge anyway. You see dark potch in the middle, and you see just this bluish stuff on the outside. That's specific to one mine. I don't know which mine it is, but I see it a lot. Something like that. I think basically what happens, my friend, is that people have a look for a little while and they go, that's interesting, and then they get bored after about 5 minutes and go on to something else. And that's all right. As long as they like and subscribe on the way out. People, you can do whatever you like. Seriously. Oh, it's so my zen, my friend. It is just, for those who are playing at home, he said it's peaceful. And I agree, it's very peaceful. Just have a look underneath there. Okay, that might resolve as a bit of red, but it's not looking good. Let's go to the other side and see what we've got. Looks like this particular one's only good for doubleting material. But before I say anything about it, what I will do is I'll look at it in the daylight. And you'll notice it's night here. Daylight sometimes reveals stuff that the night does not. Looks like we're going to draw a blank with this one. It's a nice scene. Oh, it's a very, very light blue. So yeah, there is colour in it. Why is there a sharpener there on the ground? I don't think there's a sharpener anywhere. You mean that? That is a, I made this entire setup out of a fish tank and a couple of printers. So that says Canon for printer. Oh, and a Dremel tool, of course. Bought the Dremel tool for $7 because this hardware store is getting rid of this brand. I'm like, I'll have that, thank you very much. Oh, now that's interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slice it along that white line, because sometimes you get results with that. So here we go. And now I'm taking a bit more care, two-handed. Come on, you can do this. Now, what lapidarists sometimes say is facing, and what facing means is the direction that the colour actually comes from. Sometimes it looks just completely bland from one angle and amazingly colourful from another. So what we do is we actually have a look at all the angles to see what the best one is. That's why I'm cutting it like this. Now, it might result in nothing, but it might result in colour. My hand's starting to cramp because this is not the normal way I do it, but hey. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. There we go. Let's have a look what it looks like inside. That was a bit painful. Okay, so that didn't reveal very much, did it? That's okay. But what it does tell me is that if I keep going, I'm not going to continue with this stone. I'm trying to find something that's more immediate. We're going to give you some immediate results, I reckon. Let's have a look at the other side. Didn't give us much. That's alright. It was a bit of fun. Yeah, I think that if I keep working, there might be a bit of pink there. That'll be nice. But let's try and get a successful stone. Have a look around here. What will I try? What will I try? What will I try? Oh, well, this one's a slam dunk right from the start. Very small though. Let's just give it a quick zhoosh. They call these things pointers because they point something of a carrot. But look at that. Absolutely gobsmacking. What I'm just doing is I'm softening the edges. I really don't want to cut any of it because there's opal everywhere I see. Beautiful opal at that. But you have to turn it into something that's of some kind of shape that you can turn into a stone. So let's have a look at it for a second. You can see how this tiny little thing has got colour on one side. Let's go to this side here. There's your colour on that side. And what I've got to do now is I've got to just kind of make it so that it flattens out on the back so that you can display it on the front. So flatten it out on the back, display it on the front, but it's much of a muchness which side you use. Sometimes it's a bit depressing even cutting the back. Slay. There we go. We'll get that one done. This is quite a tiny stone, so it's pretty difficult to work with, but it's fun to work with. Just getting it into the right position so I can actually cut it at all. You can't even see it whilst I'm cutting it. That's hilarious. But will I change the angle a bit? Let's see if that works a bit for you. Yeah, I can do that with this setup, just change the angles. So it's on essentially a turntable. I made it that way because I thought from time to time there'll probably be an issue with my cameras, or I want to show something else, so I thought I'll make it turnable. Oh, it's popping out here. Man. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So beautiful. I have to do that to it. Okay, we have a winner, folks. Look at that. Oh, look at you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this guy up. I can't do that right now. Have a look at that. It is just gorgeous. It is just absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. This is, where have you been all my life? This is one of those stones. It was one of those Victorian novels. Everyone would be asking for a dowry for it. Oh yeah. I'm not sure that's an analogy that actually flies with most people nowadays. Never mind. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry, Jackson. Life is good. It's too short to worry about how many people are looking at you. So I'll do is I'll put this down and I will. Let's have a look and see if we can just do one more. We'll get this one, and we'll see if we're right about there being just sand all the way through. So I'll just take this sand layer off. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Are we going to run out of opal before we run out of sand? Ooh. I think that the sensible thing to do with this opal is to cut it, is to slice it. But the more fun thing to do for you guys is to try and cut it whole. Just so that you know, trying to cut it whole when you know where the stone really sits. It's a dumb idea, but I'm doing this for entertainment. So, stupid stuff for entertainment value. See what happens when you carve this away. Just going to get rid of all of that sand. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Oh, man, that's so good! Look at it sparkle! Look what a cracker this thing is! Let's have a look on the other side. We might have just... Other than that little sand hole, we might have what we call wall-to-wall colour. What are you? What are you? Absolutely fantastic gem. How? Let's have a look in the middle here. What's going to happen? Listen, guys, I am going to slice this opal because it's just too good. I know entertainment value and all. Yeah, look at that. Look at it all. Look at all that colour. This is why I love buying sandy opals, because people don't know what to do with sand, and sometimes you get something like this. Unbelievable. Wow. Oh, bye. See you around, Jackson. Thank you for watching. Hit the like on your way out. See you next time, Jackson. Well, he left at an absolutely amazing time. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, I will have to leave soon as well. I'll just get this cut. What will we do? I'm going to have to cut this into two. It's just what has to be done. Don't worry, these will be two very big stones. learn the art of one-handed cutting because YouTube. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you've seen up until this point, but you have seen practically a miracle develop. Something that didn't look like very much at all has become an absolute rocking stone. Let's see if there's any sand in the middle of this guy. Yeah, okay, so just so you can see, there's a little pocket of sand there. I reckon I can deal with that. But I'm going to just sit here and just carefully slice this part off, because the thin part might actually be the bit that's worth dealing with. I have a suspicion that it is. Going to have to get rid of some material around the outside, but I think we're going to get something out of this. Now, you shouldn't do that to your Dremel. You should just let the Dremel cut it. But I got a bit excited. Sorry. Also, the blade's a bit blunt now. I cut through, what was it? There's a stone called Iron Band, which is at the top of Lightning Ridge Opals. And Riley Gunn, a great bloke, he sold me some Iron Band that had colour in it. Hello. There we go. So, that piece and that piece. What I might do is I might just clear up the middle here, see if it's actually going to be wall to wall on this one. I think it'll clear up on this side. Mostly clean, mostly clean, mostly clean. Let's see what happens. That cleared up? Yeah. It's got a divot in it, but it cleared up. That will clear up too, I think. Or will it? Let's just see if that cuts through. There certainly is a little bit of sand. It stops. I suppose I could do it that way. Yeah, I'll cut it through, because I might get 3 stones out of this. Doing that. You need to have them flat anyway. Ah, that went off. Let's have a look. So what it's done is I've got a very thin section. That's just how it had to happen. I'll cut it off here. For those worried about my fingers, don't worry. This thing cuts rock, not people. There we go. Right. Right. I'm a little bit ouchies in my arms now. Because of the new setup, it's got a little bit, it's a little bit different. I've got to angle myself a bit differently, so it's harder to, well, it's not harder, it's just different muscles are involved. If there's sand there, you have to clear it, so it doesn't matter. If you're getting rid of good opal, you've just got to do it. There we go. There we are. Right, so let's have a look at what we've got left. We've got this piece here, which is going to be point something of a carat, and that's fine. We've got this piece here. That'll be point something of a carat, and it's got such beautiful colour. If you're worried about it being small, I'm not. I love cutting small stones. I think small and subtle is good. It's also cheaper, even though it takes more technical skill to do. So you're getting value for money if you buy these small guys, even if you pay a bit the top dollar. Think about how much time I'm spending on it. At $100 an hour, $100 for this stone without even thinking of the cost of the stone. There we go. So there we go. It faces a bit differently. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to get this piece and stick it on a dot stick, which is a piece of, basically a chunk of wax. We'll have a look at this bit. And after this one, I think that's all I can do, because I've got to go pick up my daughter. I don't know why I put the glottal stop in daughter. Australians are Australian, not Cockney. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. In Arctic, Hereford and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. This might make a doublet. Maybe another time I'll explain what a doublet is. Now look at you, gleaming back at me. I'm just getting it into the rough shape of a cab now, or a cabochon. Then we're doing all the accents, French as well. Je suis Philippe, yes, oui, oui. And the obligatory, which I've never heard French people to do, ha ha ha. I have a pretty little gem here. Oui. It is going to be lovely. You're wonderful. Let's go pip you. Okay. So look at that. I just made into a bit of a cab. It's very clear. So basically what you do in these situations is you find a piece of black potch. Actually, that one that I cut before, this guy here, for example, I'll just give it a bit of a backing, just to give you an example. Now, when I'm carving this one up to make an example of it, it'll probably suddenly become this most amazing gem. That is the law of the jungle, my friends. Okay, here we go. So now I've got that. What I can do is I can get this and I can stick the other one onto it. And all of a sudden you have this amazing gem when you stick the two together. That's called the doublet. So I'll find some better black potch to do that with, but that's probably the way we go. Alright, so that's probably all I have time to do, I'm afraid. Just quickly, just have a look at this. Just have a look at that. These are all so amazing. Just quickly carve the back out of this, see what we get. I really do have to go, but man, I'm just got to do this bit. Got to do this bit. Just here. What have we got? Oh, look at that! 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 Yeah! I'm going to cut it all off, probably. Got too excited there. So what I'm doing is I'm very carefully carving this back, the sand, because underneath that sand layer is where the precious opal seems to be residing. Now it creates a whole host of challenges because, look at that. So basically what I'm probably, if I was clever about it, which I'm not, I would make a gem which looks about like that. So I'll just very carefully carve this over. outside. There's not much to work with, I think. Yeah, you can see that the darkness is just a thin scraping, which is making the good opal happen. So let me just carve this bit off here. Because I also think there's a bit of directionality here. There's a bit of an angle going on. So if I cut other bits off, I can actually cut them at other angles. Once again, I'm a bit too excited with that. You've got to just let the blade cut itself. You know what I mean. Not an emo blade. Oh, I'm too enthusiastic, aren't I? Bit too many wheat bix on that one. Oh, thank you. I try to cater for everybody. There's only so much you can cater for when you're cutting opals and playing with birds. There we go. Let's have a look on this side. Yeah, okay, so what we might be able to do here, now that it's done that, is it going to do the same thing? It might. And there we have it, folks. Colour and colour and colour and colour and colour and colour. And it's a mosaic pattern. Presuming I keep it. There's no guarantee that I'm going to be clever enough to keep that pattern going. What's going on this side? There's a little bit of that opal happening. So the sand, as is wont to do, is actually defining where the opal becomes shiny. So you've got this interplay between precious opal and sand, which you don't want. So opal that you do want, sand that you don't. Always happens. And if you're going to be annoyed by that, I suggest you don't cut opal, because you're always going to find sand where you find good opal. So let me just... I know what I'm doing with this stone now, so I want to make a solid back for it. So I'm just absolutely carving through it. And that is at the cost of carats. So I don't think this stone will actually be in serious carat range. Just looking at this, you can see where it's where that black is actually meeting up with the top. So as I was suggesting before, I think that the stone is just here. I think we know what we've got our hands on here, so I'm going to cut this bit off. And you never know, this bit on the right hand side, it might have something good on it. So I don't mind just letting a little bit precious opal just go by the wayside. There we go. Really, this is not how you treat a Dremel nicely, by the way. But this blade is on the way out. Whoa! This blade is on the way out, so I'm just letting it go. Hello Beth, how you doing? Just so you know, I'm nearly done with this opal and I'm probably going to have to go very soon. But it's been an absolute wild ride, because this guy has proved itself to be an absolute cracker, and there was another one that proved itself to be good as well. The poor thing. There we go. Right, so which one's the colourful bit? Both of them are. Right, good, excellent. Let's cut down that side and see what we're looking at. Yeah, look at that. We've got another one. That bit, the bit I just cut off, is just as good as the bit here. So Or is it? No, that's the bit I was going to work with. Okay, fair enough. Let's just carve this and find out. You're going to get any colour on this side? Don't really have the time to find out. Maybe on the opposite side. Sometimes that happens. Don't see much. Alright, so this is the bit we're working with. So I'll just quickly turn it into a cab. Not a taxi cab, cabochon. Might be a slight triangle cut actually, from these things. Don't mind. Where's the precious? The precious. Yeah, it's just disappearing into the ether here. It might even face a bit differently. That's alright. Let's have a look at this. I think that'll straighten out, yeah. Oh no! That went straight into my water. Hang on. I think that's nature's way of saying this stream's over. I'll see if I can get it, but if not, we're just going to end it here. Got it. Bit of drama. That's not the same stone. Magic trick. Oh dear, that's funny. It's not a bad little stone. Bit multicoloured. Oh man. Alright, well I'll find the other one in the morning and I'll finish carving this one into a cab. Oh, talk about bait and switch. Oh dear. Woo! There it is. See, it's a ring stone. Cool. Okay, I think that's then we're going to have to go. So, yoink. Flip around. Don't judge me. I had a lot to do today to get everything up and running. Like I said, my phone died, so I had to set up my station so it would accept another phone, which is this phone. I'll do a quick show of what we've got here for those people who weren't here at the beginning of the stream. So there we go. I've got a nice little painted lady here. I'll be dealing with that in another stream. That's a whole 15,000 carats because ironstone, they're very heavy. Right. Max the cockatoo. Are you going to say goodbye to everybody, Max? He hates the phone and he hates my jacket. You want to scratch? Do you want to scratch? There you go. Here. That's right. Lovely little scratch for Max the cockatoo. Nice little scratch. There you go. Ooh, pin feather. They like it when you get rid of their pins. There we go. All right. Here you are. Yeah. Ooh. It's getting night time. They're starting to roost. They're getting a bit comfy now. All right. Bye-bye, Max. Bye-bye, Max. Oh, I know, Max. Sad, isn't it? Look, there we go. Yeah. Hello. This is Loki. She likes getting scratches right around her ear hole. There we go. Yeah. There you go. You're loving that, aren't you? And right about your nares and your growth plate. Growth plate is where the beak comes from. They love getting that beak material because their beak actually continued to grow their entire life. So they're constantly chewing things. If you live in Australia, you know that because they're constantly chewing houses and trees and paths and people. There you go. Right. And then finally saying goodbye to Pony. Goodbye, Pony. Yeah, you want a scratchy poo too, do you? There you go. There you go. Hang on. Get up. Here we go. Up again. There you are. Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay, I think that's all that we've got time for. I've got to pick up a daughter now. Flip this around. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If you feel very kindly towards me, hit the like button and subscribe on the way out. If not, that's okay. I understand. If you enjoyed this stream, I usually do it every Saturday, which is Friday for the Americans around here. We do have a dateline after all. And occasionally I'll be doing videos on birds. I'll do videos on opals. I sometimes do fossils and sometimes wacky inventions. So an amazing time was had by all, I do believe. So have a lovely evening, everybody. Dr. Phil out.